chance of severe weather today. Tornadoes, hail, and damaging winds. The wind really got nasty. That looks pretty intense over there. Welcome back to Franzmeier Farm. We're raining, as you can see, filling the soybean drill with beans. I started yesterday, didn't film anything, nothing really went wrong, but decided to pick up the camera today, so I'll bring you along with me. Well, we're all loaded up, heading out. If somebody get a move on. Folding, or should I say unfolding. I write down some new stuff. Got our seed tag here. What's important with this drill is seeds per pound. Seeds per pound are important on the drill because it's not counting each seed and singulating that way like a planter is. It's just metering out beans. So I have to calculate it off of pounds per acre, and then it means I know my seeds per pound. I can multiply it and figure out how much my actual population is over however many acres I've done. So, like in the last field here, it can vary a lot. I didn't change anything, and after I did all my ends, I had 15.3 acres done, and I was at 164,000 population. And then my next time it was 147,000 at another 30 acres done, and then there was 142,000. And my field average was 148. So, I mean, it can vary, but that's why I'm doing the math, so that way, if it does get too low, I can increase it before I do a whole field and then have a field at 100,000. And away we go. So this shows me a population on there. It's not really accurate, it's just going off of the blockage sensors on the hoses. So you can put a correction in there and get it kind of close, but it's not counting all the seeds, so it's never going to be actually what the population is, but it at least gives me an estimate, so that way I can see if half of the planter is low on population, well then obviously there's a problem, or I'm out of seed. So it also will show me if a row stops planting, if it gets plugged up. In the past we found some seed box tabs for the lid on seed boxes, and we got one of those caught in the cup right after the meter, and row wouldn't plant. We've also had some clumps of seed treatment get plugged up in one of those holes also. It's a pretty simple thing. It's got a wheel in the back. You can kind of see it through everything back there. That's the ground drive. And it turns chains and sprockets through a transmission and just turns some meters and meters out the beans. Also, we're doing some no-till. This one, which is known to be a wetter farm, and there's a chance of rain this week. Thought we'd get it in while conditions are perfect, instead of trying to mud it in later when conditions maybe aren't so good. And if we do have to come back and replant a few spots, it's not the end of the world. It's really easy to replant with this thing. This drill just works really good in this no-till. It cuts right in and leaves a pretty nice seed bed for the beans. It's nothing like a planter would be or need to be for corn, but it sure works all right for beans, and it's cheap and simple. Well, it's a different day, as you can see by my attire. Still drilling beans. Everything's been going good. Just haven't filmed much because it's been pretty boring. There's actually some rain coming, as you can see. I wouldn't complain if we got some because we're still a little bit dry here. Otherwise, everything's been going good so far. A lot of back and forth at 30 foot, but we're still getting acres knocked out. Dad is just about done with corn, actually. This planting season is going really fast because we've gotten good weather. Dad's got one more field of corn to do, I believe. One or two more fields to do after the one that he's at. So it's actually moving along very fast. There's not going to be many videos of spring planting. As you can see, I'm just about done with this field, and my little bin light is on. I'm about out of seed. I filled with some bags. Trevor brought me some bags, but those are about used up. I don't know if I'm going to quite get done, but hopefully. Isn't that pretty over there by the farm? A little sunlight peeking through the clouds. Pretty neat looking. Well, just couldn't quite finish. 91.85. Less than an acre left. I have a round here in this pie shape. Okay, a round and a little sliver here. But, yeah. Just couldn't quite do it. So, Trevor's putting a few bags of seed in the back of his pickup and he's going to run them out here. And here he comes, just in time. Got her done, heading her back. Got back in the shed here. Now I gotta get all my junk out of here. And we'll keep that. On another note, I saw a Snapchat memory today. 2 years ago, we had about a foot of snow on the ground. So, that makes a guy feel good about all the crop planted in the ground. I'm back. It's been a few days. The last clip was on Thursday, right before the rain, and Storm Lake got hit with pretty good, they say straight line winds. I don't know, it kind of looked like tornado damage, but that's my opinion, I guess. So we got the drill in the shop here. Got it completely greased. Kept having hydraulic oil temperature issues with the tractor. So I looked online and talked to John near in Storm Lake, thinking that the blower motor, light was freaking out. Thinking the blower motor might have been leaking internally and a lot of oil was going back in the case drain when I took the line off. And if it's returning on the case drain, it's just going to be dumped back in the rear end versus going through the return hose. Then it would be going through the oil cooler. So working on getting that fixed up. Here's the old one. But we checked a couple fields and think it's dry enough that we can get the pre-down on some fields that we have planted. So I'm gonna load the sprayer and we're gonna go and spray. This truck is having an issue where it won't start after sitting. No smoke out of the stacks, so what we've had to do is we just give it a shot of ether. I guess it needs a heavier shot than that. It's weird. I got a couple sensors, did some investigating on some online forums, and I think it's the crank position sensor. There's two of them. These little guys, they're not that expensive. There's two of them on the motor, and people were saying on these Detroit 60 series that those sensors will go bad and then it doesn't read any engine RPM, so it doesn't inject any fuel. So we're gonna have to look into that. Well, I'm loaded up on my phone charger. I would video more, but when I'm filming by myself, it's a little chaotic trying to do everything. Spraying, it's a little bit sticky, but most of it's pretty grayed off.
A bunch of mud, you know. This is spinning. These are these blades
Things are working real good here. I figured it was going to be a little bit wetter than it is, but as I've been going, you can see a little bit of mud from earlier, but nothing is sticking to the tires now. It's going pretty smooth. This is one of the fields that I high-speed disced with Amazon last fall, and we're gonna try planting into it tomorrow. I think this is one of the driest fields that we have. And we're out going again. It's been about a week since I picked up the camera last. Not a whole lot has been going on because we've been having rain. There's a chance of severe weather today. Tornadoes, hail, and damaging winds. But for now, it's about 82 degrees and very high humidity and probably 35-mile-an-hour winds, so it is drying very fast. So we're out here, we're putting some beans in the ground. Takes me a while with 30 foot, but we're getting it done. Doing about 28 to 29 acres an hour. Gonna see how much beans we can get in today before it starts raining. This field is going to be the end of this number, and then I'm going to be back in the yard to fill up with some 1.9 beans. About to blow away out here. Got finished up with that variety in the next field, so we're going to fill up quick. Jeez, I hope you guys are okay. My wind is aggressive. Get full. I need to get a magnetic holder for my phone so I can set you guys up and get better shots. But for now, this is all you get. We're gonna go over here actually. All right, now for this drill, it all goes off of pounds because it's not singulating like a planter would be. So I got my pounds here. So I got my seed tag here and I got my sheet of paper. So what I did before when I started this field is I had my pounds when I started and my pounds when I was pulling out of the field. So I got my total pounds. This is my seed per pound, which is on the seed tag, and then how many acres I did, and then there's my population. Now that's pretty high. The ends are always higher than the actual field. So now I'll write that I filled. So now in a little bit, probably 15 acres or so, I'll write my new pounds and my new acres, do the math, and then I'll get how many seeds per acre. This field was high-speed disced with my Amazon last fall. I think I made a TikTok about it before I started my YouTube channel, so there's a short TikTok about it on my TikTok page, but it is very smooth out here. I would say smoother than the stuff that was either high-speed disced or field elevated this spring because it had all winter to mellow out, so it is perfectly smooth out here. Well, Dad just called and said that he's a couple bags short on the last field of corn, so I'm pulling up in the yard here, gonna hop in the Ranger and go and bring him a couple bags. Hi, Diesel. Side was but landing. Yeah, there's like 3 rows. And this tank was number 1. As you can see, there ain't hardly nothing left here. Last pass. Look at the thunderheads all around. Well, Dad's gonna take over. As you can see behind me, they're getting some severe weather over there. So I don't know if Dad's gonna be able to continue or if he's gonna get rained out. The wind really got nasty. That looks pretty intense over there. Come on, girl. Turn and burn, baby. I just need a clicker for the doors. Guess I'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. I think that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all for watching and hope to see you in the next one.